this one we might remember.
Who's going to be taking it?
Really? Kanda, you.
You asked for it. Art Baker.
Hey, Noah Blas, come on, people.
Yeah, here we go.
Don't forget to use the
There
word
we
of
go.
God.
I'm
Okay.
going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
I'm assuming, I don't remember specifically, but it sure sounds like it came from The Godfather.
Yes, number one.
Number one. Well, I do have a favorite movie quote, but it wasn't that. That one, I'll do I spend a minute on each one. That one was, of course, from the mob, Cosa Nostra, whatever you want to call it, in New York City. And they controlled the underground economy, the illegal economy, by making offers that one cannot refuse. And it may to some sound zany, but it actually was very effective in keeping in line people by controlling them through fear. First time I saw that movie, I was in Canada, and we were actually in a little town in Nova Scotia, my wife and I, and so, oh, The Godfather's playing there, and it was a big deal, the big movie that everybody was talking about. So, well, let's go see the movie. Well, I wasn't ready for it, especially the part about the horse's head in the bed. I could not handle it. I did not like the movie. I hated the movie. It gave me nightmares. I've seen the movie several times since and have come to realize that it is a classic, even though it is rough, very rough. But when it first came out, it was very rough because movies back then weren't quite as rough as they are now. I don't know what you call it, the blood or violence in movies and the sex in movies has just gradually ratcheted up over time to create the same shock value that less violence was used in previous movies. So the violence factor has kind of gone away from me, and I can appreciate the value of the movie outside of that.
What was your favorite quote? Because this can't possibly be right.
My favorite quote was, "May the force be with you."
And what do you think?
May the
What do you think
force
the
be
word
with
should
you.
be?
No, he
For
said
the-
the word.
Yes, I
Oh,
He said
good.
it many
Oh, that's
times.
right.
But
And I
this
apologize.
is
I
right.
never
It's not
started
right.
the clock.
Yeah, I was wondering.
You are within time, sir.
I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm unlimited.
I was so frustrated by the ah counter not clicking that I forgot to press the button.
Yes. Eric.
Zany explanation.
Your quote is.
Toto? I'm forgetting we're not in Kansas anymore.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think you chose that for me.
That's right. There's Kansas guy.
I think it typically came on as Sunday night, about 5 o'clock, and at least once a year for many years. And it was one of the first shows in color. And I think when we first saw it, we didn't have a color TV, but it was a Technicolor movie, The Wizard of Oz. I think it gave us some I'd say zany archetypes that we used for a long time about the different characters, the Tin Man, the Lion, and of course the wizard himself, who was really hiding behind pulling levers and not really all he was made made the appearance of being. So, I do remember that from very early on. Must have been about 64, something like that when I first saw it. I don't know what else to say about Wizard of Oz. I'm not in Kansas anymore. I'm not that. And I do, and I remember the witch's feet sticking out from underneath the fallen house. Yes.
So when Kerry comes back, we'll reprieve this and I'll give him that one. Because he's in Kansas right now.
You know he's in Missouri, actually. Kansas City, Missouri.
It's another Kansas.
He's in Kansas City. Okay. What do I know?
The Missouri River cuts the northeast corner of the state, right where
All right.
the city is.
John,
Yes, sir.
as a dramatist,
Oh, no.
you can appreciate the script actually says man looks in mirror and speaks. And all the rest of it was ad-libbed by this actor.
Are you talking to me?
You talking to me? I'm the only one here.
Am I the only one? You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me?
Robert De Niro is considered to be one of the greatest actors of his generation and perhaps of all time. And this movie shows how the relationship between a director and an actor can be very important. The movie was called... Why am I blanking on it? Taxi Driver. And he was playing a very troubled character who was basically on the verge of some kind of psychosis. And underneath sort of a blank exterior was a raging violence. The director was really smart in order to build a relationship with the actor so that they could do lots of improvisation. And the interesting thing about improvisation is you don't know what's going to come out of it, but if you have a good actor who's really involved in their character and you've got a camera that is on the character at the appropriate moment, magic happens. And this is a case in point when the magic was able to happen. Sometimes when a camera is on an actor and the magic doesn't happen, it can really stink. But in this case, it added quite a bit to the movie. And it just goes to show you that movies are a collaborative art. It depends on not only the sound people, the director, the writer, everything has to come together, and for the movie to be really effective, it's collaborative, and it works really great when things do come together very well in a very zany way. So thank you.
I'm not keeping track. Who hasn't gone yet? Belina?
Jim?
Huh?
Galena, Jim, and Gary.
Jim? You haven't gone?
And
No.
the speakers and the topic master have not.
All right. Jim, come on.
Press the button.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you, I'm pressing.
Reset.
Oh, I gotta reset first? Sorry.
No, stop.
Just wait.
What do I do? Just hit stop and start. Okay, it's starting, sorry.
Starting too early.
Okay.
We'll give you
Stop
10
again.
seconds.
Just hit start again when.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Luke. May the force be with you.
The Force. What were these guys talking about? Lightsabers? Interesting warfare. The Force. At the time, anecdotally speaking, I was a first-time father, had a little baby, about 6, 8, 10 months old, who loved to crawl. I remember we arrived at my sister-in-law's house, and she had cleared the room for dancing. And I put little Libby on the floor, and she was just screaming with glee as she was crawling around. So happy to have about this much space cleared to wander in. Kind of a zany concept. But later on, I think I was changing her diaper, my sister-in-law was there, and the little baby was giggling and happy, rather than, sometimes she gets stressed out in the presence of her mother, because her mother is very intense. And my sister-in-law Edith commented, "She's so happy with you." And I said, "Well, she knows that I'm the mellow side of the force."
All right. Your turn. One of the most famous quotes in movies was with the guy my mother grew up with, and someday I'll tell the story, but not today.
Make my day.
Oh, interesting.
Amazing.
Low battery?
Make my
No,
day.
no, somebody actually went for the rights. Wow,
Can you just
interesting.
say what it is?
Yes, I can. Go ahead, punk. Make my day.
How do you know this stuff?
It's from Sudden Impact.
What's going on?
Clint
It's Clint
Eastwood.
Eastwood, because he told the story about the flagpole. So I knew
We're
we were
talking
going to
I
say,
have
I'll
told
tell
this.
you
Yeah.
about Gone with the Wind instead.
You want to get on with the, okay,
I remember.
we'll do another one.
I
Frankly, my
I don't know
dear.
this one.
The only one
make my day.
let her succeed.
All right, let's do
I don't know.
Bond, James Bond.
Oh. How do you get yourself on a position where you can introduce yourself like that? My name is Bond. I'm Galina. Sean Connery. I'll just watch him without sound, without other characters. Just walk around in the movie, shoot people. The movie is a bit corny by now, and then they continue to make new ones. I recently saw the Skyfall. It really doesn't watch very zany anymore. It's old ideas, old style. Finally, they killed the boss in that movie because she would have been 200 years old by now.
Yeah.
And this aging person running around the world, tracking leftovers of Soviet agents or something like that from different countries. This is old. The next show will probably be set in Kensington. But the singing, the one before this, Madonna singing. This one is Adele singing. The songs are beautiful. I don't remember the name of the actor.
Daniel Craig.
The younger ones, I was going to say that Sean Connery used to have 2 or 3 beautiful ladies with him to enhance the appearance. This one had like one there. It lost the shiny part of the movie for me. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right, instead of I doing one, I'm just gonna go back to name that movie for fun. Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
That's right. You never know what you're gonna get. You had me at hello.
My. I can't remember that one.
That was good.
What was it? Tom Cruise, Jerry Maguire.
All right.
Oh. Show me the money.
That's it. That's in here too. I love this line. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Jaws.
Huh. And probably, I don't know, this one's like number 37. I don't believe this for 2 seconds. I'll be back.
The Terminator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me tell you something. The Terminator.
And then Francis Ford. They actually, the interesting thing about this line, they took the word coffee out because this was a very common phrase back in the day, and they put in, I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Good morning.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Apocalypse. Apocalypse.
E.T. phone home.
E.T.
Yeah.
E.T. extraterrestrial.
All right. This was a
Drew
fun
Barrymore's
exercise.
intro.
I think I've had enough.
But actually, it's your turn to do one.
Seriously?
Keep going. Let's get through these.
50 of them?
Let's get through them all.
I see dead people.
All right,
The Sixth
start.
Sense or whatever.
Go ahead, start.
Really? I'll pick something else. All right, here we go. We always have Paris.
Okay, all right.
Do you remember the movie?
Yes, we'll always have
No.
this.
Yeah, the Casablanca. Sweetheart.
There's actually like 5
We'll always have
quotes
Paris.
out of the top 100 from Casablanca.
The beginning
In
of a
one
beautiful
side.
friendship.
Of all the gin joints in the
This
world.
is the beginning
she
of a
quoted.
beautiful friendship.
Play it again, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, I thought I told you to not play that song.
I'll read that. Yes, okay.
Always come to Rick's, like
What was that
Starbucks.
closing line?
Well, we're
This is
talking
the
about
beginning
old-time
of a
actors.
beautiful friendship.
One of my favorite old-time actors that I actually, studied quite a bit was W.C. Fields.
Ah.
And he used to have a thermos on that he had gin in, and he called it
Put orange
his
juice.
grapefruit juice. So one day, one of the stagehands or something put grapefruit juice in his thermos, and he took a swig out and spits it out and goes, who put grapefruit juice in my grapefruit juice? But the best quote for W.C. Fields is it was in the latter stage of his life. He was ill, he was in the hospital, and his best friend comes in. He's got this giant Bible on his stomach. He says, Bill, I know you, I've known you a long time. You're not a very religious man. What are you doing? Looking for loopholes. Thank you very much.
And don't forget to say the word of the day.
Yes.
Zadie, baby!
All right. Let's have a hand for the topic master. So we need reports. Was everyone on time? What? Oh, sorry. Was everyone on time?
Everyone was on time.
And did everyone use the word of the day?
Eventually.
Eventually everyone
Eventually,
did.
everyone.
Okay, so write
Everyone
up whoever you want to and pass the love on to, is this still on? It is.